So what is up? I'm Grim Cookie and we are doing today my Sanctuary tour. Now it's a big gloomy radioactive storm, nuclear storm, whatever they call it, rad storms I believe. So it's a big gloomy, not glooming, and it's a bit dark, but we could get past that. I got light on my power armor, so we will be exploring my sanctuary. It's probably no different than your sanctuary if you have done a playthrough of it before. It's just a typical sanctuary, you know. I got my bobbleheads right here. I got a few of them, almost all of them I believe, and you know, I like my bobbleheads. My bobbleheads are nice. You like my bobbleheads? Then you know, say so in the comments. I got a really nice little collection of them. I haven't got them all. So as I was saying, we're doing basically a tour of my sanctuary where I will be showing you my stuff. As you can see, I have turrets posted around because even though I have somewhat walled off sanctuary, it's not the best wall. I should have upgraded the wall by now, but I never really felt like doing it. So you know, I basically just place a lot of turrets. As you can see, turrets are a main focus. I got some artillery from the Minutemen, even though going with the Raiders at Nuka World kind of made the Minutemen I'm not really good with them anymore, which is good because I friggin' hate Preston, okay? I'm pretty sure all of you can agree with me. Preston is annoying. I hate Garvey. I just sorry Bethesda. Sorry, people who worked on this game and worked on Garvey in particular. I just don't like the character. As you can see, I have a rather large amount of turrets for protection. It's standard machine gun turrets, heavy machine gun turrets, and I do have a pair of, I believe those are heavy laser turrets, if I am not mistaken. I have the banner of the Minutemen, but that was before I kind of just said, fuck them. We are walled off somewhat. We have that for mainly Trash Can Carla. I hate her as well. If you go with the Institute, you find out that she's actually one of their informants, which is a spoiler, but it's 2018. This game came out years ago. That is Ada. She's no longer blue. I upgraded her. She looks pimped out, kind of. And those parts are actually, I believe, from the Nuka World DLC. As you can see, I have my shops right here, but they are not open at this moment because it is nighttime, you know. I have everything stationed right here. I have some beds in this house, not really light. I have more beds in this house over here, and in truth there should be lights on in this house, but for some reason they're not on. There we go. That's really weird. And you know, they're back on, kind of. As you can see, I have Curie, and I got her body, and she is stationed here, full outfitted with synth equipment. Not because she's a synth, but because I think it looks cool. Now, I was wearing it myself for a little bit, but finally decided to switch back to heavy combat armor until finally I got the DLC Far Harbor and managed to get a hold of some marine combat armor. As you can see, this is another robot, Gamma 420, because you know, 420, why not? She's outfitted. I sometimes take her along, mainly for suppressive fire. She's got a missile launcher and a minigun. That is Buddy. You get him from a quest acquired in Good Neighbor. He gives you free beer. I mean, what's not to love about free beer? I typically do not drink beer myself, but in the game, it's a game, so I can drink beer all the frick I want. And I don't do that because I don't want to get addicted. But as you can see, I also have Paladin Dan. He's probably my favorite follower, but I have not used him at all since I finished the storyline because he is no longer a friend with the Brotherhood, meaning if I try to go near the Brotherhood, they will fire upon us, and I don't want that to happen because then he'll get in a drawn out battle. You won't be able to fast travel for a minute. And this lady is from the Automatron DLC, the add-on, Jezebel. She was a brain, and I gave her a body. And basically, she just roams around. You can't even take her as a follower. She just roams around, taking up space in my settlement. This is Sean. No, you cannot, because you're never going to grow. You're a robot. He is a synth. Spoiler alert, he is a synth. If you have not played this game, which you probably have, you already know he's a freaking synth. Because your real son is an old man. And look, it's another robot kill with 2 1s. She sucks. I kind of tried to upgrade her once, but I don't really use her. It's just, I wanted to build a floaty robot, like Cosworth here, who is also stationed here. And this is Junlong making his rounds with his minigun. I would upgrade his armor, but technically I'm bored of doing all that type of stuff. Look at Dogmeat. He's a really cool looking, oh my god, look at him. He's so beautiful. He's beautiful. Look at him. Look at that armor. Look at him. He's battle ready, and I do not have a follower at present. So, you know, this is where I put my power armor. These 2 buildings are walled completely off because of reasons. You know, if your settlement gets attacked and your power armor, I kind of stole that so I can't get it back in here. But your power armor, if your settlement gets attacked, if it's out in the open, settlers will take it, and there's a possibility that it could become theirs, and if you try to get back in it, it's basically stealing, even though they basically took it from you. So I made it like this to where they cannot take it from me. As you can see, I have a couple, mainly I have the T60s. I have a lot of T60s. This is the T50 one, and this is another XO1 similar to this one. These safes hold collections. These are magazines, because I tried to put them on magazine racks, but for some reason the racks kept dropping the magazines all over the floor, and I got tired of having to pick them up. This holds Raider gear, I believe, all the gear I've acquired from the Nuka World DLC. This carries a lot of robot stuff. This carries a lot of robot stuff from the Automatron. This has a bunch of miscellaneous and basically spare parts for my power armor. Same thing with this. That's a bed in case I feel like sleeping. This holds all my equipment. As you can see, I have been collecting a lot of bullets throughout the game. Not a single mod, and this is the freaking truth, not a single mod was used to get all of this ammo. This was used through grinding and collecting and very resourcefulness of using limited ammo to get the job done. Look at all this ammo. I mean, sure, it's probably not as much as some of y'all's. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all probably have even more ammo than I do because you've probably been playing the game for a lot longer. But, you know, I like to think that I have a decent amount of ammo, especially 45 rounds, 34,106. Now, y'all probably have more. I would not be surprised, but in my eyes, to me, that is a lot of ammo. Let's go over here. As you can see, I have 2 floors on this one because I started getting a bit cramped. I have more T60s, basically T60s. I have an almost full XO1 here, kind of rusted looking, kind of busted looking, but it's nice. I have my very first armor in Fallout 4 right here, the T45, and it's fully upgraded. It's got titanium coating on it, and it's nice. It's not as good as my very pimped out, fully modded XO1 that I am currently wearing, so I don't bother wearing any other power armor really. Mainly I use the other extra power armor that I have to give to followers whenever they are following me. And as you can see, I have the entire place blocked off. Meet Timmy. I showed him to you. Well, he kind of wandered into my intro, and this is Timmy. He's a big ass sentry bot. He's got, I believe one of those is a mortar, and the other one, I think they're both mortars. He's got twin Gatling lasers and like laser Gatlings, whatever they call them. I cannot remember. And he's pimped out. He's big. He's bulky. He kind of gets stuck a lot, so I don't use him anymore because I like going into cramped places and it's bothersome for him to follow you. So over here we have my robot creation station. It's a robot creation station. Look at it. It's really cool. You can build your own robots. If you have not played it, the Automatron DLC, if you haven't gotten it, if you haven't played it, I highly recommend it. You probably have by now. It's been like 3 years. I cannot remember when it came out, but it's been years. So if you haven't played it by now and you are a fan of Fallout, I recommend getting it and trying it out. It's a good DLC. It adds these little Eyebot pods once you defeat the Mechanist and get their outfit and whatnot. It's a she this time. And basically use the Eyebots to locate equipment in the Commonwealth. Sadly, this equipment cannot be any equipment from the DLCs such as Far Harbor or Nuka World. You can only have them search for equipment from the main game, which is kind of sad. I was looking forward to using that to get a lot of stuff, but it's okay, you know, it's fine. So you know, we got a lot of stuff. We have this little station here. This was primarily to be used in case of instances like the Rad Storm earlier. I would fire up basically like a shell, like a firework, and it would explode and clear any weather. It could make it rain, Rad Storm, or clear. But because I do not really know how to friggin' use this thing, I've only used it once before, and that was probably out of sheer luck. For some reason, it does not work very well anymore. So I just let the storms be. This is my chem station. I like to make a lot of chems here. A lot of chems. Mainly jet, because I don't use chems myself. I really don't. They give you cool effects and cool abilities and whatnot, especially jet that slows down time. But in general, I just do not want to take the overall addiction that comes with them. So I mainly make chems to sell because they make a lot of money. And actually, speaking of selling, I have to check on my water purifiers. They purify water, and obviously, and I sell the water. I have 192 water. Let's take that. So, I mean, your sanctuary. Look at this. This was one of the first buildings I made in the game. So as I was saying, your sanctuary's probably a lot better, or probably a lot worse. Hey, you might even be very similar to the way I have my sanctuary set up. So, you know, I got water purifiers galore over here. I love me some water. Some water is good, especially since it's worth a crap ton in this game. As you can see, I have turret station. These are mainly walls that I didn't feel like making. I like having a lot of exits, particularly because I like watching the havoc, the attacks that ensue, the attacks and whatnot, you know what I mean. Basically, when attacks happen, I like watching the settlers struggle to try and fight. It's funny to me. May not be funny to you. It may seem sadistic that I find it funny, but I find it funny how these guys just really suck at fighting. They just really suck. And my turrets often get destroyed, so it is a struggle sometimes. I have given them upgraded weapons, maybe not the best weapons, but upgraded, so in all reality, it shouldn't be hard for them to kill some puny raiders, but they struggle with it. Nonetheless, it's funny to me how my freaking sanctuary, my settlement, could be so loaded to the crap ton with maybe not as many turrets as y'all, but turrets galore to me. And basically, I just find it funny how raiders can even get inside in the first place. So, I'm wrapping up this video. I showed you my sanctuary. This was probably not my longest video yet. Hopefully not my shortest yet. I hoped it was at least a good 15 minutes long. I do not really have any way to check. And, you know, if you liked the video, you probably find it a bit boring, me bragging about my sanctuary, which probably sucks compared to a lot of you guys, but you probably found it boring. But if you liked it somehow, then hit the like button, pretty please. If you have not subscribed yet, then this probably wouldn't be the best video to kind of introduce you to me. But if you have not subscribed yet, then possibly go check out my other videos. And, you know, if you like them, then think about subscribing. You know, it could be very helpful to me, and in the long run, to you as well, maybe. So yeah, it's very helpful. You're subscribing, so you know. And I just want to say thank you. Oh, there's a bloatfly over there. I'll leave him alone for now. And I just want to say thank you once again if you're watching my videos, if you are subscribed, and if you are supporting me so far. I want to thank you many times over. And you know, I'll see you in the next video. So bye bye. I will see you next time.